Hi Sachin, good morning.
Hey Akshay, morning. Good
How are
to
you?
see you?
Likewise,
Very
Sachin.
good, very good. Thank you.
Alright, Sachin. So to begin with, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it a lot. And we are starting this very interesting series known as Leaders Speak. And this is the other side of leader, in terms of having some candid conversation with
Sure.
them. So thank you for participating in. We have curated very simple and basic question for you. We'd like to have some answers from you, right?
Definitely.
So the first and very simple question to you is, which social media channels do you prefer and why?
Oh, I'm big time on Instagram, and
Oh.
Facebook is something which I spend most of my time. But just kidding. I think over the years, finally I have shut down on LinkedIn,
Okay.
because obviously it's a very good platform to connect with the peers, the industry, what other leaders are thinking about, talking about. So I use that more as my own knowledge management tool,
Correct.
as well as my networking needs also get covered at LinkedIn.
Lovely.
And apart from that, generally to connect with my families and my friends, I also use WhatsApp extensively.
Okay.
But that more as a communication tool rather than it as a social media.
Social media. Got it.
Sure.
But just as a side conversation, are you on Instagram and Facebook?
Not at all. I'm not at all. I'm not there on Instagram, and for last 5-6 years, I'm not at all active on Facebook.
Okay, got it. Thanks, Sachin, for the first one.
Sure.
The second one, I can see a lot of books in and around, but the simple question again here is, what book has had the biggest impact in your life, and again, why?
So I think few years back I read this book called as Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Okay.
It's one of the very you can call it that as a cliche.
Yes.
But I think after reading that book, it really helped me to understand a lot of things about finance, managing money, which I know my professors would not like, but maybe they did not teach me to that extent in my management college as well. But I think that book really had a big impact on me about how I manage my own personal finances. How do I look at things completely differently than what usually we are taught to look at.
Got it. Great. Thanks, Sachin, for an interesting one. I'm sure this must have been on the books for everyone, to do
I think
analyst
so.
kind of.
In fact, I gifted that to my daughter as well.
Oh,
So
great. Thanks, Sachin, for that one. Let's switch gears now and let's roam around. So, what's your favorite travel destination, and what do you enjoy the most about traveling?
Sure. So over last few years, I have find after traveling multiple destinations globally,
Yeah.
I have now settled down on a Goa trip every year. So every year, end of November,
Okay.
you will see my calendar blocked with PTO,
Okay.
and that clearly is a trip to Goa with few
Okay.
of my very selected friends. For last 7 years, we've been going consistently.
Wow.
And I think I'm more of a beach person. I like the sound of waves. Just sitting next to the beach
Right.
really energizes me like nothing else.
Okay.
And I think that is something I use for unwinding my entire year's work stress or any kind of issues which we are going on. Those 4 days in Goa really rejuvenates me.
Got it. Great. And Sachin, you have also kind of given us a hint of where you will be every year. So
Oh, absolutely.
look out for our followers following you there.
Totally.
Great. Like that was kind of a subsequent question to you. Are you a beach person or a mountain? So you've already answered that.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. The final and very simple, but you can be a descriptive here. It's more sort of like aligning to your personal goals and commitments and all. So what are some of the hobbies or activities that you enjoy outside work? And the second part of the question is, how do you balance your personal and professional commitments?
So, as growing up in India, all of us love playing cricket.
Yeah.
So I played cricket for many years. Obviously,
Okay.
for last 7-8 years, it has stopped. But in general, playing cricket was my hobby over the years. Now, watching cricket is definitely something I continue to do. But over the last 10 years, I have also ensured that I get into some kind of a physical activity for
Right.
myself. So I run very regularly.
Wow.
When I say very regularly, I try to run at least 3 days in the week nowadays. I think that is my unwind time as well for me. During that 35 minutes when I run, I get a lot of clarity about how and what I want to do during the day. And if there are any things which are playing on mind,
Right.
During that 35 minutes, it really helps me to arrive at that decision. Because I think that's the only time in a day which is in real terms me time
Correct.
for myself. So I think that's the way I try to keep myself I don't know whether I should have called fit,
Yeah.
but I think just something to do with fitness. What was your second question?
The second one was, how do you manage your personal and
Yeah.
professional commitments?
See, I think what we need to do, it's very important for us to have a segregated time
Yeah.
between your family commitments and your work commitments.
Right.
Today, because all of us are working from home, lot of time the lines are getting blurred. But my suggestion to everybody, which I definitely follow, is after 10 o'clock in the night, generally I will not look at my mails. And before 7 o'clock, I avoid to look at my mails at all.
Okay.
And I try to see how much of that time I can spend with my family, either going for walks, going for a movie,
Yeah.
or just chilling out, watching some Netflix series.
Great.
So there are various ways. Each of us have a different way of unwinding, but I think this is the way I try to unwind for myself.
Got it. Great. That was really interesting time with you, Sachin. Thank you so much for your time and have a great one ahead.
Thanks, Akshay.
Thank
Nice
you.
talking to you as always.
Likewise. Bye-bye.